What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Are we good? Are we good? Do we got everything? All right. I screwed up last time. All right. I did some stuff and I screwed up this time too, because for some reason I didn't have um my camera in the spot that it was supposed to. So now you can see all the bells and whistles. All right. You can see behind the curtain. All right. You can see I have some stuff going on. Right. No, but really, what's going on? Um, yeah, so Fallout New Vegas Session 2. Okay. Um, I mean, hey man, I don't know what to say about it. I gotta be honest with you. I'm happy to be here though, because all day I was trying to put together some IKEA furniture and it's still not done. And I literally had to set an alarm to remind me to set everything up and then do this, right? So here I am now. Yes, man is the only path. We're actually going a house run this time, Evan. We're doing a house run. I didn't want it, right? Honestly, house is literally my least favorite because I think house is like I don't like him. All right, his arrogance, all right, is a mockery to God. All right, I don't like house, but we gotta play house because that's what everybody wanted. Anyway, yeah, not much to say. We had just finished Good Springs, or not Good Springs. We had just finished off Joe Cobb's gang last time, so we're gonna go ahead. We're going to do that, but first, I want to make sure that I can actually read the comments, or not comments, but the chat. So I got to go ahead and I got to set that up right now. Uh oh. You could hear me twice. What's going on, Bleach? How you doing, dude? All right, we're gonna try something new. Because you know what happened last time, right? You know what happened last week, right? I'm sitting here reading the chat like this, and I put my head down, right? And you can see I got a full head of hair, right? I got a full head of hair. Oops, oopsies. As I was saying, I got a full head of hair, right? For some reason, last week, I'm sitting here looking down, and I notice it looks like I got a fucking bald spot, which is the weirdest fucking shit, dude. Because, like you can see it, right? I got a full head of hair, don't I? Don't I? Oh, no. A little bit right there. I don't know. Maybe I am going bald. But the thing is, it's weird. It's only visible from certain angles. I don't know what that is. Don't worry, we're gonna figure it out. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead. House is arrogant, but he's still right. I mean, yeah. See, the thing about Fallout New Vegas, right, is that it's one of those things. Oh wait a second. You legit cannot even see right now, can you? Dude, I'm screwing everything up. I'm screwing everything up here. All right, you should be able to see now. All right. Um, the thing about Fallout New Vegas, right? The thing about Fallout New Vegas is that it's a really good game and it's a deep game. All right, it's. Oh no, wait, no, not that. As I was saying, it's a deep game. Okay. No. Yes. Now, it's a deep game. All right, it's got layers to it, but I feel like sometimes those layers, and maybe I just have my own opinion, and I'm letting that poison me a little bit. But like, I feel like sometimes they go a little bit too hard in certain ways on certain things, right? Like the NCR, in my opinion, is the best hope for the Mojave. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think House is sustainable, right? He's one guy who is controlling everything through robots and things like that. That's not how shit works, you know? Now, you could say that he could branch out and things like that. You could say that, right? But let's repair that with that. But I don't feel like he's going to. I don't feel like he trusts anybody, right? I feel like he's holed up in the Lucky 38 and he's just going to sit there all day and night, right? And it's going to be something that it's his Achilles heel, right? And there's going to be a lot of inefficiency. There's going to be a lot of things that are not good, right? The NCR, you can say what you want about corruption and this, that, the other thing, but in my opinion, the NCR has the most promise, right? In terms of one, being something that's going to protect everybody, but two, it's also going to be something that you can kind of mold a little bit better, right? Because the Legion is the Legion. Whatever Kaisar does, right? Whatever he does is what he does. But when he ends up dying, that's that. And we've seen that all throughout history, where like Genghis Khan, for instance, right? He ends up living, he conquers much of the known world, and because of that, he is like or not because of that, but when he ends up dying, right, his successor or successors are not really able to run the show like he was, and because of that, everything just collapses in on itself and things like that. Same thing with like Alexander the Great, to my understanding. I'm not an expert on Alexander the Great or anything like that, but bottom line, I do think NCR is the best. You can make a good argument for all the major factions except NCR. I don't necessarily agree. I don't 100% agree, and I also don't know what gun I want to use right this second. You know what? Screw it. We'll stick with old reliable. Old reliable. By the way, if you could like this stream, if you could share this stream, I would really appreciate it. Okay? I just realized I don't actually know where I'm going. Do I have a quest that I can select? They went that way. All right. Yeah. Now, if you could like this stream, I would really appreciate it. If you could share this stream, I would really appreciate it. Look, I know I'm just some guy at the end of the day. Yeah, sure, I was like the boxing guy from Fish Tank. Whoa, that means I'm like a super duper celebrity or something, right? No, I'm not. Like, nobody knows about me. Nobody cares about me, right? I want to do these regardless of how big they get, but it would be nicer if they got a little bit bigger, you know? So I am trying to grow, right? I am trying to grow and see what I can do with this, you know? Big news. You can super chat me now. All right. So that YouTube money any second now is going to come rolling in. All right. We're going to start off with $500 chat reads. Okay. Okay, gentlemen. All right. Does that sound good? Hey, Scott, you should check donations. Oh shoot. I don't know how to do that though, is the issue. Or it's not that I don't know how to do that. All right, fine. I'll do it once, but I don't want to keep alt tabbing. Evan tipped $10 4 minutes ago. My wife's boyfriend loves the streams. Keep up the great work. Evan, another 10. My wife's boyfriend loves the streams. Keep up the great work. My little brother Thamior loves the Legion in this game and often has tortured many neighborhood stray cats. That Thamior guy sounds like a real cool dude. And yo, thank you very much for that, Evan. I really appreciate that, dude. For real. Thank you so much, dude. Like, this. Thank you. You know, I don't know what else to say. I'm bad at accepting gifts. I'm bad at accepting things. All right. I never feel like I'm thankful enough. All right. So I apologize if I sound like an asshole not being thankful enough. You know, that's not what I want. Nah, we're good. We're gonna be the Asian guy with green hair named Net Jeptune. Oh yeah. Here's I remember there's always powder gangers here. I'm pretty sure. If not, then they're in like that direction a little bit. Yeah, no, wait, I'm pretty sure they're in both places here. They're here and here. I'm pretty sure they're like right over this thing right here. Also, I'm pretty sure I missed a Wild Wasteland thing. Maybe I can go back. And hold on. This thing is like right in the way, so I can't tell when a locker is empty. Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle cap. I'll take that key as well. Man, dude, this week has been crazy for me. I've just been moving and shit like that. It's fucking awful. How's everybody's week been? I'm gonna keep here we go. That's right. I love when you can just beast dudes in this. Like, you literally just walk through like a bullet sponge, and he just vats right to the head. Always got to hit the double tap. I can sell the dynamite. Always got a double tap. Jet. Oh, here we go. I like how stealing from the powder gangers, right? It gives you negative karma. It's like, yo, they slaughtered everybody in the NCR correctional facility, and then they ended up like they stole everything. You know, they stole everything. Like, what do you want from them? You know, what do you want from me? All right, there should be another one here. There's a powder ganger thing or whatever it's called. Don't worry, we'll figure out. Powder ganger camp. Uh-oh. Damn, shot right in the arm. I'm already that good with guns as to where I can one-shot powder gangers with a 9mm that's not even in good condition. I can just do that already. I'm already God mode. Oh, yeah. There we go. Then I believe I had a varmint rifle as well. Stealing from evil people is still stealing. Oh, you can't hear the game, monster? You're not messing with me, are you? Can you guys hear the game? I hope you guys can hear the game, right? I at least want to know you can hear the game before I end up talking to someone, because if I talk to someone and all you can do is read, that's going to be really annoying. Uh-oh. And is it stealing, though? Is it stealing if they stole it? Or is it just reappropriating it? Like, I think that's a legitimate question to ask, you know? It's not like these guys straight up murdered somebody and took it from them. You know? I don't think that's the same as stealing. If you're like, oh, hey, you're trying to kill me, I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to take the shit that you stole from people that you killed. Who's that over there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, you can only hear voice. Okay. All right, hold up one sec. Alt-tab. Oh, yeah, duh. My bad. My bad. All right. You can hear it now, right? Let me know if it's too loud as well. I'm trying to make like, this is the second one. I'm still gonna have some kinks. I apologize. All right, but we're here to have a little bit of fun. All right, that's what we're doing. We're having fun with it, regardless of those kinks. All right, it's a very kinky stream. Oh man, Evan, I don't know if I should listen to that. My buddy just sent me VMs, the one that just donated to me. I don't know if I should listen to them on stream or not. I don't know if it's gonna get me in trouble. Damn. There we go. There we go. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it's fixed. It is good on the sound though, right? Because last time I noticed that the sound was way too low, and nobody thought to tell me, which I'm not like blaming you for. You know, I'm just, you know, it is what it is. I want you to be able to hear the things that are being said without like having to like, you know, turn your volume all the way up and shit like that.
Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Prim is off limits.
I'm going to Prim, you fuck.
It's your ass. Don't say you weren't warned.
Yeah, you're damn right it's my ass. You keep talking to me like that, I'll kick yours, you little bitch. Piece of shit. That's right, walk away. Oh shit, how do you get... Oh yeah. I legit always forget how to get into Prim for some reason. It's like one of those small things that I should know. Did you watch the UFC fights yesterday? Yes, I did. They were pretty good, you know? Here's the thing about the UFC. I was actually talking with the wife about this earlier. Like, there's not that many memorable fights, right? They're just not that good anymore, right? I remember when, like, every card was, like, crack, you know? It was, like, so ridiculously good. I could sell those. Speaking of crack, I sound like a crack addict. I'm just taking things like, I could sell that. I could sell that. Buy some crack with it. Yeah, like the fights yesterday was good, but the issue with the UFC a lot of the time is that there's not really memorable fights anymore. I could name like a few fights that I've watched over the last few years that I forgot these guys are hostile right away. You know what? All right. As I was saying, I've seen a few fights over the last few years that I do think were actually like really good, right? But that's only like 3, maybe 4, right? Some of them were so bad that they were memorable, like Yoel versus Israel Adesanya. That was so bad that it was memorable. I legit like, I remember it. Bottom line. Yeah, we're good. But you know, that's part of the reason why I'm not that big into the UFC anymore and stuff like that. I forgot I should probably go in with this guy first, you know, go and speak to this gentleman. Is that Nash? Oh, yeah, that's Prim Resident. Last night was kind of no different though, you know. Even Moreno versus Pantoja, I guess that was a really good fight. I don't know for sure because for a lot of it, I was on my phone. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you, you know? You don't have fights the way that you used to anymore. And that makes it kind of difficult to want to watch continuously. I don't know what else to say other than that, you know? The personalities of the UFC have gotten to be annoying. I'm looking for... Oh. He's literally right there. I don't know how I could have missed him. What the hell are you doing right here? It's tough to want to watch the UFC anymore, right? I have to be interested in the fighters. I have to be interested in the people that are doing the fighting, right? But in addition to that, I know that, like, there's going to be a bunch of fights that I just don't even care about surrounding it, right? So I don't watch the UFC every Saturday. I think there's too much MMA today, and I think that there's too much talent in MMA. And I mean, shit, I'm one of them, right? Even though I'm not active as a fighter, I'm one of them. And because of this, you have this weird thing where, like, dudes don't want to fight the way that they used to, right? They don't want to go all out. They don't want to take chances. They don't want to take tough fights. And when they do take a tough fight, it's less that they're fighting and more that their coach is fighting through them, meaning they have a game plan that they're sticking to, and that's it. And if their game plan doesn't work, then you just see them try that game plan over and over again until it either A, does work, or B, the fight ends and they ended up losing a decision, right? Or they get knocked out. That's kind of how it is, and it's really frustrating as somebody who does like to watch fighting. I don't like it that much as to where I'm going to start watching it like 4 p.m., right? But I do love watching fights.
Hey there.
It makes it tough to want to even watch because you know that, like, all right, this guy probably has his game plan and he's not going to switch up from that game plan or anything like that. There's going to be no, hey, just like brawl. There's going to be nothing like that. If that makes sense, right? If what I'm saying makes sense. Basically what I'm saying is it's hard for me to watch the UFC as intently as I used to. You know, a lot of people ask me what I think about this guy or that guy. It literally happened with Bo Nickel either earlier today or late last night. Somebody was like, yo, what do you think about Bo Nickel? And it's like, I don't think about him. I'll be honest with you. Because he's had, like, what, 5 pro fights. He basically was gifted a win last night, if we're just being 100% honest. And I've known about Bo Nickel for a while. I haven't, like, followed his wrestling career or anything like that, but he's one of the few wrestlers in the collegiate and Olympic, freestyle, Greco, whatever you want to call it, world that really has broken through so that other people know who he is. But if we're being honest here, he was gifted a fight yesterday, right? And he's going to continue to be gifted fights until Dana decides he's going to end up being given somebody who is in the top 10. And even then, it could be someone who's not that deserving of the top 10. It's less that they are a generational talent and more that they're just, they're fighting at the right time where there isn't that much talent in the division, right? That's what's going to end up happening. You know, I can't sit here and say that Bo Nickel is that good. I can't say that he's bad either. He's definitely going to be good, but I can't say that he's that good yet because he hasn't legitimately been tested, and he's not going to be tested for a while, probably for another year. He'll be given like 2, 3, maybe 4 more gift fights, and then you'll see him fight somebody who is actually going to be a test for him. But you know, let's get back to it.
I don't know what it was brought you to Prim, youngster, but you might want to rethink your plans.
Why is Nash always red? He is straight up red every time. It's not like sunburn red. It's like I have dyed my skin red because I am a Native American who is part of a tribe that dyes their skin red before they go into battle. Like, that's what color this guy's forehead is. It's ridiculous.
Johnson Nash is my name. Husband to Ruby Nash. Lived in Prim going on 8 years now, thick and thin. I'm a trader primarily, for what it's worth with things like they are. I also run the local Mojave Express outpost. Well, I don't got any work right now, sorry to say.
Did I ask you?
I'll tell you whatever I can. You have a delivery order you can show me?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about one of them packages.
One of them packages.
That job had strange written all over it, but we couldn't turn down the caps.
And because of that, you got shot in the head.
Well, now that you mention it, a few nights back, one of the townies was out scavenging for supplies. He said he saw a fellow
Oh, what's going on,
with a
Shirkley?
suit come through with some of them Great Con misfits. They was talking about a chip. Well, for that, your best bet is going to be talking to Deputy Beagle. Since they came to town, he was keeping a good bit of notes on them, and he was slinking around Bison Steve when your pretty boy friend came through. He may have heard where they were going.
Alright. Peace out. Don't worry about me, dude. I ain't gonna be the one who gets shot. I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna shoot Deputy Beagle. Oh. Oh shit, one shot. Right between the eyes. Dude, I'm still sweating from trying to put together that dresser. Alright, so level up. How are we gonna do this? Well, guns first up. 5. And then yeah, I'll just put it into lockpick. Like I said, lockpick is kind of my guilty pleasure. I try to make sure that I max out lockpick ASAP because you can't play a game like this without picking locks. It's just not something you can do. Like, there's so many things. Like, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, there's one in here. Yeah. There's a floor safe. It's hard. I can't do it. And I have to come back later. Yes. Whoop. Shit. Paperweight. There we go. Did I do that one? Oh, I don't even need to. Alright, I'm good. This is one of my favorite parts of the game, and it's because I like to just sit here sneaking, even though I shouldn't be able to sneak like this. There we go. I like to just run around just like murking everybody in this building. Oh wait, varmint rifle. There we go. I should repair this more. Yes. Alright, there we go. Energy weapons will come in handy later. What kind of campaign are you doing? I'm doing a, basically, I'm a big dumb idiot who's good with guns and lockpicking, as I said. I am also going to be going with Mr. House later as well. Oh no, I already got that guy. Yeah, well. Oh. Gee, it's just fucking gorillas in the mist over here. Alright, we're gonna kneecap this dude. Oh, never mind. We're not. Oh, wow. Can you guys hear the fireworks? Did you hear the fireworks? Did you see the Jonah Hill CGI kiss? No, what? The hell is that? And no, it's not a Legion run, it's a house run. The Jonah Hill CGI kiss? What? I'll have to look that up later. That's crazy. I did hear about Jonah Hill though. That's part of the reason why I'm you know, playing a joke right now. Not playing a joke, but I'm you know, I figured I'd put that in the title. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling slow today, and I think it's because I spent all day just fucking dealing with furniture. So I'm like, fucked. Alright, we need something with a little bit more, you know what? Alright, we're doing it. Got him. Yeah, sorry if I seem a little bit slow today, you know, I kinda am, because I spent all day just doing, like, something that should have been easy, but was not as easy as you would think it is. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, that Jonah Hill shit is pretty crazy, though. Like, I try to avoid shit you know, where you have to give your opinion on things like that, you know, but I think it really says something that there's a certain contingent of people who think that having boundaries is like a terrible thing, right? It's absolutely wild that you can go anywhere. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I want you to run. I want you to run. Yeah, that's right. Keep running. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Hey, fuck you. I want to see the fear in his eyes. Damn, that guy really is running. Holy shit. But yeah, I think it really just it says something about the society we live in. All right, we live in a society, ladies and gentlemen, and that society, you know, it's just fucked up that there's people out there that are really that selfish as to where when you set boundaries, people will get upset about that, you know? People are saying it's like, oh, he has standards, he has this, he has that. It's not that he has standards, right? It's that he doesn't want to be treated in a certain way, and he doesn't want somebody he's dating to be partaking in certain behaviors. So, if that... Oh, he's got balls now. That's right. No, but the second you say, hey, you can't have everything, you can't do this and date me at the same time, it's one or the other, and whichever you choose is perfectly fine. If you want to stay with me, which I hope that's what you want, if you want to stay with me, then you're not going to do this shit anymore, right? Or if you want to keep doing this shit, you're not going to stay with me. Either one is, like, totally cool. I would rather you stay with me, but if you want to go, that's fine, too. The second you say something like that, all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Like, that's the kind of society that we live in, all right? And it really just, like, it makes me thankful that I have the wife that I do, right? But in addition to that, it also makes me sit here and think, well, if anything was to happen between, like, my wife and I, like, if for whatever reason we just decided, nah, we ain't doing this no more, I don't know if I'm getting, like, I don't know if I'm dating again, you know? It's not like a hatred thing, it's not like a thing where I'm like, oh, women, you know? It's just that I'm like, yo, like, this is the dating scene today. This is the way that it is. You get dragged on Twitter by narcissists and sociopaths and things like that. Ooh, look at all these drugs. Screw it, I'll take the switchblade. Thanks, pal. You get dragged by narcissists and sociopaths on Twitter, and it actually means something. It actually means something. You end up getting screwed over by it in one way or another. And it's like, yo, why would I want to subject myself to that? Uh-oh. You know? I don't want to subject myself to that kind of thing, you know? And just having that thought process about it, having that idea, right? Having that, like, just thinking about it that way, like, people hate you even more for it. Because really, when it comes down to it, people just sort of expect you to fall on the knife every time. You know, they expect you to sit here and stick around in a relationship where you're going to be abused. And that's the thing, is that people don't realize that kind of shit is abusive. If you do something that your spouse or your significant other of whatever type is uncomfortable with in that way, if you're sitting here like posting pictures that they're not comfortable with, if you're doing things that they don't like, that it makes them feel bad, and I won't do that, I don't want rads. If you're doing things that it just puts them in a negative state of mind, in a negative place, they don't feel good, they don't feel right, they don't feel like you care about them, and you're doing that not only unapologetically, but you're also refusing to do any sort of, like, change, you're refusing to do anything at all to try and alleviate those feelings in your spouse or significant other or whatever you want to call it. I forgot it's a single shotgun. Got him. Then you're being abusive in one form, right? We want to sit here and talk about how gaslighters and all these other people are abusive, and the thing is, I do believe that gaslighting is abuse. I do believe gaslighting's a thing. I know, you're crazy when you make up things like that, haha, like, you know, gaslight the guy talking about gaslighting, haha, funny meme, but I do believe gaslighting is a real thing, You know, I've dealt with it. I know people who've dealt with it, right? It's one of those things that it really stops the second you decide you're just done dealing with the gaslighter, right? So it's kind of one of those situations where you just gotta stop dealing with the person if they're gonna do that, right? I'm saying this just to get across the point that yes, I do believe gaslighting is a thing. I do believe it's abuse, but there's also, I guess, kind of the inverse. There's kind of the opposite of that, the other side of it, where you know, you're not gaslighting. You're not trying to tell the person that they're being crazy or that they're being the bad guy or anything like that. You're just refusing to listen to their you're refusing to listen to their concerns, right? You're refusing to do anything to make them feel more comfortable about your behavior and more comfortable about the relationship and other things like that. Like, we want to sit here and talk about gaslighting, but we don't want to acknowledge that, like, if you just sit there and, like, your spouse is like, yo, I don't appreciate you doing that, and you absolutely positively fling shit at them and throw, you know, you fling shit at them and you refuse to do anything to make them feel better, and you don't fix the issue whatsoever, like, that is a form of abuse as well. I apologize. Like, I'm normally very well spoken, I'm aware of that, but when I'm multitasking, specifically playing a video game where I have to, like, think to check a bunch of places and stuff like that, it makes it harder for me to actually, like, say what I'm trying to say. I hope I'm going the right way, but, you know, I hope it makes sense, right? I hope it makes sense what I'm saying. Anyway, hey Scott, I just got in Narragansett. Oh hey, what's good? What's good, Betty? And what's going on, Sylvia? How you two doing tonight? Oh, very easy. You mean humiliation repeatedly is abuse? Crazy. Yes. Like, a lot of people, and I'm not saying it's all women, right? That's not what I'm saying. I know plenty of, like, really cool girls and stuff like that, you know? But, like, a lot of women out there, they have this thing where they feel that they're supposed to be able to get everything all the time. Like, just everything all the time, everything they want. And that's the issue that this chick has, right? That's the issue that Jonah Hill's girlfriend has, is that she was fed a lie that you can have everything that you want at all times. She can do whatever it was that she was doing that made Jonah upset, right? And she can also date Jonah. So she can do things that make Jonah feel like shit, but she can also still keep Jonah. She can mistreat him, but also still keep him around as a boyfriend. That's an issue that I ran into a lot with a bunch of women that I dated, like, early on, is that they wanted to believe that they could, like, do things that made me uncomfortable, but also keep me as a boyfriend. And unfortunately, I kind of fed into that a little bit, because I was one of those kids who was under the weird impression that you were totally gonna marry your high school sweetheart. You're not. You're fucking not. I don't know if there's any high schoolers here. You're not going to marry your high school sweetheart. It ain't going to happen, right? And if it does, it's going to be a situation where you guys dated, and, you know, you dated, but then you went your separate ways, and then, like, 5-10 years later, you happen to bump into each other, and you rekindle that, right? That's how you're going to marry your high school sweetheart. But a lot of women that I dated were very similar to that woman, where they thought that, like, it was cool to post, like, revealing photos, like inappropriate things to their Instagram and their Facebook and things like that. And when I would go to them and I'd be like, hey, look, I really don't like when you do that. Could you stop that? They'd get really, really defensive about it, to the point where they would start accusing me of being controlling. And it's like, no, I'm not telling you that you're straight up not allowed to do that shit. I'm saying that I would appreciate it if you don't, because it hurts me. And if you care about me as much as you claim to care about me, then the fact that you're hurting me should give you cause to stop doing what you're doing. And if you are not going to stop doing what you're doing, then it very clearly shows me that you don't actually give a shit about me. That whatever I am to you is not important enough as to where you're going to alter a very minor behavior, a behavior that should not matter that much to you. Internet likes should not matter that much to you as to where you're going to hurt the people around you that love you and care about you, and that you are supposed to love and care about, right? And because you're saying this with your actions, because you're doing this stuff, right, that is so harmful to me. It puts me in a state where I am under a great deal of stress or grief. I can't be around you. So you can go ahead, you can have your Instagram likes. It's totally cool. Take it. Take them. But I need to get going, right? When you end up saying that, though, they get upset, right? It's like you're speaking Greek to them, right? But all right, Schmeagol.
I don't suppose you came here to rescue me. I'd cross my fingers, but my hands are numb.
You're right, I didn't. Oh man, you know what? I'm a good boy. I'm supposed to be playing a good boy. I was gonna shoot Beagle in the back of the head, but I'm playing a good boy. And because of that, I can't do this. I cannot do this. Ah, man, that sucks, bro. That sucks. Yeah.
Why, yes I am. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I'd be most appreciative if you'd set me free.
Yeah.
Indeed I do, good sir. And I would be thrilled to share that information with you as soon as I am released from captivity.
I don't like how Jonah Hill went from funny fat comedy guy to tattoo coffee shop hipster guy overnight. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. That'll definitely happen, you know? Better Letty in the chat. I don't know if you guys are still here, but thank you for popping in, you know, Sylvia and Betty. You know, I really appreciate that.
I'm sure you mean well, but I'm afraid you'll have to wait until I'm in a calmer emotional state before my memory is going to function.
Shirko Lee. Here, Scott, take this 10 spot. Sylvia ain't cheap. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shirko Lee. I really appreciate that. And you are my first super chat ever. You are literally my first super chat. I really appreciate that, man. For real. I gotta figure something out where, like, you know, like, I gotta figure out a way to use the super chats, you know? Thank you very much for that, for real. Jonah just trying to pay some bills. Yeah, for sure.
I'm in quite a state here. If you help me with my bonds...
Yeah, alright.
Oh, that's just marvelous. I think I'll be making my way outside now. The air's a little close in here. Oh, why, of course. I'd never let you fight my kidnappers with my help, without it.
Yeah,
you lead the way.
See, that's why I wanted to kill him. Because weakness. Right? He's a weak man. And the weak should fear the strong. But I'm a good boy, so.
I don't plan to come back to the Bison, Steve, much in the years to come. If I ever get out of it.
Yeah.
And depart we will.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Oh. I was gonna give him one more chance to start following me, and if he didn't follow me, I was just gonna kill him. Because if you kill him, he has a diary entry. Right? He has a diary entry on his person that will that'll give you the man. He has a diary entry on his person. It'll give you the quest that you need. Alright. Okay.
Well,
fuck.
That was quite an adventure. We taught those convicts a thing or two, didn't we? Breaking myself out of a hostage situation. Not to diminish your role in it, of course, but it was quite thrilling. Problem is, there's still no law in Prim. What are we to do the next time ruffians menace us and hold us hostage?
Yeah, I don't know, because with you, they're fucked, bro. But you know what? I don't even care that much.
Oh, no. I'm just a deputy, and I can't be a deputy without a sheriff. It's called chain of command.
Yeah, I don't want you being sheriff, bro. What are the qualifications?
It should be someone brave like you, but more of a homebody. Someone who'll settle down and watch over us. I heard the powder gangers talking about someone in the prison named Myers who has some experience as a sheriff. He may be a good choice.
I think
also,
I should
with
probably...
the NCR so close by, you may be able to get them to take over the town. Not sure why they haven't helped out already.
Alright.
You will.
I'll help you out.
That's
Just because I want to go... I'm gonna clear out the
the
NCR correctional
The sheriff
facility.
that was incarcerated up at NCRCF may be a good choice. You also may be able to convince that NCR guy across the road to take the town under his
Please
wing.
make the robot the
Although
sheriff.
martial law doesn't sound so fun.
I might just go ahead and do that. What's going on, Como Lives? How you doing, man? Yeah, no, I already did that. Where's Nash? It's not him. Dude, where's Nash? Oh, you know what? He's probably over at well, first I wanna test something out here.
Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Vicky and Vance Casino and Museum.
Thanks, pal. 3 fission batteries and 4 conductors. Okay. I need that. Alright, so I need fission batteries and conductors. That's something where maybe there's better things to do right this second than to try and get a new sheriff for them, but I will see if I can find anything from here, because the thing is, like, it's easier to just try and buy this stuff than it is to scavenge for it. Fission batteries and conductors. I think it was 3 fission batteries and 4 conductors.
Let's hope it doesn't bite us in the ass later on.
Yeah, shut up, you bitch. Thanks for nothing.
Can do.
I didn't forget. You're lucky I'm a good boy. Well, there's 1 fission battery, and it's mad expensive. Alright, conductors. Nope. Alright. I'm just gonna sell this dude mad shit. Yeah, you know what? I'll sell him the extras. Dynamite. RCW. Fuse, laser. Oh. You know, I don't even care.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
It's so tough. It's so tough. I gotta use the ADD. I gotta use the ADD in a very specific way. I don't actually have ADD. All right, so nah, you know what? Fuck it. Nah, actually, because I do want to make Prim slim, right? Like, you guys are asking me to do that. I'll go ahead and I'll do that. Alright. I'm gonna see what happens if I go back to Prim. If I talk to Johnson Nash, hopefully he'll end up telling me what I need to know. Oh no, it's not Johnson Nash, it's Deputy Beagle. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna see if I can access that without having to, you know, find a new sheriff. Rob the houses in Good Springs, slash Prim. They might have some. Potentially. Where's Beagle? Beagle. What are you doing, dude? Just hanging out? Hanging out by an empty roulette table?
Any luck finding a suitable...
Nah.
Novak to meet a contact there.
Uh-oh. Is the stream down? Yeah, I hope the stream's not down. My stream was buffering for a second. The one that I was using to check out the oh, so it did go away for some reason. I don't know what the issue with that is. You see, I'm still trying to iron out some things, right? And I'm gonna iron them out. I'm gonna get better and things like that. But for now, it's just like it's annoying, you know. And yeah, it even lagged for me. Oh yeah, Nipton. Oh, I almost said a thing. I almost said a marker for no reason. All right. Scott lagging IRL. That's what it is. Gotta call Comcast for more bandwidth. Call your service provider. Make sure you're getting what you pay for. Yeah, I've heard that sometimes it's not even an issue of you need to pay for more bandwidth. A lot of the time it's that they're just throttling you, right? But the thing is, like, I don't, it's weird like that. I don't know, man. You know, you're right though. I gotta figure it out, you know, because I'm just having fun with these. It's not like they're the main thing that I'm doing with my channel, right? The main thing is martial arts videos, right? As I was saying, the main thing I'm doing with my channel is martial arts videos. Okay, cool. You know, we'll use the throwing spears here. Speaking of which, who the hell is this? Hi. Hey.
You better get out of here.
You better get out of here.
Or what?
You like that?
Who's the other guy? Who's the other one? Oh, hey. But yeah, this isn't the main thing that I'm doing with my channel, but that doesn't mean I want it to be, like, awful. You know, I don't want it to suck, right? I don't want it to be unwatchable. That's an issue. Like, I did a stream reacting to iDubbbz's video about Creator Clash, and I was talking about a lot of good stuff there, right? Stuff that I wanted to clip and make into standalone videos, right? Just do stream clips and things like that. But I couldn't because the VOD, right? The thing that was left over, it cut out like a lot of footage. Like, and the weird thing is, like, I talked to people who were watching basically from start to end, and they said, like, oh yeah, no, I didn't notice any weird things or anything like that. There was no lag. You were all good. And it's just like really weird and it's annoying. Wow, I missed both of them. All right, dickhead. There we go. Oh yeah. We got a cowboy repeater now. I love the cowboy repeater so much. It's one of my favorite guns in this game. It's just a fun gun to use. Where is he? Oh, there it is. I almost said where is he and where is it at the same time. Another one. Cool. Whoop, oh, hold on. I love pre-war money. You can just get it and, like, get rich off of it. Throwing spears in this game are mad satisfying. Yeah, I'm not much of an explosives guy. I'm not much of a thrown weapons guy, but I do love pulling out the thrown weapons every now and again, like the throwing axe or the you can get throwing knives from somewhere. I forget where. It is really satisfying. That's why I like the cowboy repeater too, because it's a satisfying weapon to use in this game. Oh wow. Oh, hi there. Yes. Bullets. Here you go. Is that? Oh. For a giant mantis, that thing's pretty small. Oh. There we go. Alright, you know what? That's it. There's too many of them. There. Oh, I fucked myself up, dude. Shit. Another cowboy repeater. Alright, I'm gonna sleep real quick. Oh, wait, what? Where is he, though? Where is the enemy? It's not him, is it? Where is he? He's... I'm gonna close this door and he's gonna be there. Alright. And then... See, it kind of sucks because, like, an idiot usually isn't going to be a silver-tongued devil, right? I guess maybe survival would be a good one to put it in. Run and gun. Wait, actually, nah, you know, I'll do run and gun. I'll do run and gun. Fuck it. You can just step on those small ones. Is that true? Is that real? I've never heard of that. Alright, so I'm all fucked up. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna sleep that off. I'm gonna take an hour-long nap, and then I'm gonna fucking be like good as new. Like I've never been shot in my life. Cowboy repeater, bang bang. Alright. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Wait a second, is that Prim? I'm pretty sure that's... I might just cut across. Yeah. Screw it, I'll cut across. I know there's an ambush waiting for me up there. I remember that, but I want to get there ASAP, you know, because fucking, you know, why not? So I'm gonna cut across, take the long way, and deal with these ants. Take the long way, take the shorter route, I guess. Got him. Wait, so what the hell is that? Oh, it got into a fight with a rad scorpion. Oh shit. Oh man, I don't even have that much 357 on me either. Damn. Alright, so we'll save that. How much? 9 mil. Damn. Alright, we're going with it. Oh shit. Oh shit. Why do I feel like guns are OP in this game right now? Fucking I didn't switch the difficulty level. It should be on normal, right? I feel like I shouldn't be doing this good with guns this early in the game. I feel like I should suck, right? Yup, just run over them. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me. I think you're trying to mess with me. Oh shit. Alright, where are we at? Where are we at? Alright, there we go. Alright, so question, when we meet the... What's going on here? Huh? Who's shooting? What? This is confusing. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Hey, m'lady. Is this guy bothering you? That's it. Hey, leave the girl alone.
What's that for?
I said, leave the girl alone. Oh, shit.
He's crazy. Please help me.
Hey, where you going?
Thank God you came around. That guy was gonna kill me.
Yeah, he was.
I am now. I was just minding my own business heading west when that psycho came out of nowhere and started shooting. He kept shouting about stars or something. Does that make any sense to you? Somewhat? Never mind. I'm gonna take a few moments to compose myself, then head out. Thank you again.
I know you were full of shit. I knew it. It is real? Oh, interesting. Oh man. Alright, so I was gonna ask, do I try to kill the Legion? Do I try to kill the Legionaries here? I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna save regardless before I end up talking to Wulpus and Kulta. Right? Before I end up talking to him, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna save so that, you know, just in case.
Yeah! Who won the lottery? I did! Smell that air! Couldn't you just drink it like booze? Are you kidding me? Never felt better. Yeah! Powder ganger? What? I mean, yeah, used to be, sure. But not no more. Powder gang is small time, man. I'm a
You've
winner.
got the Merc
I
grenade.
won the
That's a good point.
motherfucking
That is a good
lottery!
point.
What lottery? The lottery. That's what lottery. Are you stupid? Only lottery that matters. Oh my God! Smell that air. Later.
Later. I don't know. That sounded kind of evil. That sounded like an evil later. Like he's up to something. I think I might have to do something about that. Lottery. All right. All right. I like to have 2 saves for any game. That way, in case one of them ends up corrupting.
Don't worry. I won't have you lashed to a cross like the rest of these degenerates. It's useful that you happen by. I want you to witness the fate of the town of Nipton, to memorize every detail. And then, when you move on, I want you to teach everyone you meet the lesson that Caesar's Legion taught here. Especially any NCR troops you run across.
This guy was the blood and guts kid in high school. He was the kid who, like, he wears not even like legit like metal bands, like fucking Coheed and Cambria. He wears like Coheed and Cambria shirts, and he's like, you know what would be really cool right now if we could like kill somebody, right? That'd be cool, right? I'm crazy. You don't want to mess with me, but it's okay because I'm like quirky too. That's this guy. I guarantee you. The houses in Town Hall here should definitely have those fission batteries and conductors. That's actually, that's actually not a bad idea. What are your thoughts on the UFC card last night? I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad overall. I will say that. I talked about it a little bit earlier. It's kind of hard for me to really care that much about the UFC nowadays. I do follow certain fighters, but not all of them. And even the ones that I do follow, sometimes I'm like, man, these fights are not that great, I guess maybe I just have rose-colored glasses on from the golden age, right? But Pride was all bangers all the time, it was crazy, it was ridiculous. The UFC is just, it's not the same, and it used to be better, right? But I think that's actually part of it, right? Back when Pride was a thing, the UFC actually had legitimate competition. The closest thing it has to that in America would be ONE or PFL. The closest thing it has to that worldwide, PFL or Bellator. The closest thing that it has to it worldwide is ONE, right? But not sure if they are what Pride used to be, right? It just sort of is what it is, and I think because the UFC has pulled so far ahead of most of all the other ones, Dana just feels he can do anything, I was actually, I'm gonna tell you something, right? I was talking earlier, right, to the wife, and I was talking to her about how in UFC 1, right, The Ultimate Fighter 1, right, if you know anything about The Ultimate Fighter, you know that The Ultimate Fighter Season 1, it ended up coming down to Stephen Bonner versus Forrest Griffin. It almost didn't, though, because Forrest Griffin almost didn't end up getting on the plane to go to The Ultimate Fighter Season 1, right? He was kind of at a point in his life, he was like, I don't know, maybe I should just give this up. You know what happened? Dana White, to my understanding, called him up personally and was like, look, Forrest, you got to get on that plane, man. We need you, bud. We need you. That's because MMA wasn't as big of a thing as it used to be. Or as it is now, excuse me. It didn't used to be as big of a thing as it is now. And because of that, the talent pool that you had to draw from, they had a little bit more power in terms of bargaining. And not even necessarily in terms of bargaining. It's just that the guys that you had mattered more than the guys now, if we're just being honest. And because of that, you see a lot of dudes in the UFC, they end up getting thrown in there on 2 weeks' notice, and they get given a top 10 guy, right, for their debut with 2 weeks to prepare. Right? That's one of the reasons I'm also not that impressed by the Bo Nickel fight. That guy had, like, I think less than a week to prepare, maybe. That's less than a week to drill takedown defense, and also recognizing a real takedown attempt from a fake one, right? And that's what ended up winning Bo Nickel that fight. He faked the shot, he came up with a hook, and that began the fight-ending sequence, right? You didn't have that nearly as much in the past, right? Dana White was ass out a lot more back then than he is now, right? And because of that, it made for better fights. Because Dana had to think about what was going to make for good fights. He had to think about keeping things in order so that good fights would actually happen, right? Now Dana's just worried about putting on fights, and that's it. He doesn't care, right? He'll promote whoever is on. It doesn't matter if they deserve it or not, right? He'll sit there and he'll just be like, yeah, we got this guy versus that guy. All right, next. You know, that's how he'll do it, right? And that's kind of one of the reasons. It's really a big, multifaceted issue when it comes down to it, right? But it's one of the reasons why the UFC is trash nowadays, when back in the day it was, like, really good, even when compared to Pride, because they had competition. There was a place that if you were like, nah, I don't like this UFC thing, I don't like what they got going on, you could go somewhere else, right? That's what happened with who did it happen with? It happened with Dan Henderson, if I remember correctly. He ended up in the UFC, and then he left to go to Pride on his own volition, and then he came back. Like, you could do that back then. Imagine nowadays somebody leaving the UFC to go to One and then just being like, yeah, I want to come back, right? Imagine someone's manager trying to finagle that, right? It's not going to happen. It's not going to work that way, right? It's not as good as it used to be. There's many reasons for that, but one of the reasons is that there's a saturation of talent, and there is an undersaturation of top. It's more that one of them is up here while the closest one to it is down here. Meanwhile, Pride and the UFC were kind of doing that, and there was even a point where Pride started doing that years ago, right? But anyway, yeah, fuck you.
As are all crimes. If you feel strongly about it, attack us, and soon you won't feel a thing.
You asked for it, pal. Got him. Oh, good karma, because I'm a good boy. God. Fucking God. Alright. I'm a good boy, so... I'm ending the suffering. I'm not murdering. I'm ending the suffering. I don't even think it gives you the option to, like... I don't even think it'll like, do the thing. Because sometimes when you see the crucified guys, it'll tell you, like, if you remove them, they'll die. Yeah. This person appears to be near death. To remove them from the cross would kill them. Dude. I almost said dude and G's at the same time. I'm just decapitating these guys every time. You see the eye just... Alright. Time to loot. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Another cowboy repeater. See, the Legion is great for cowboy repeaters. I love killing them and then taking their shits. Nom 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 nom. That's right, bitch. I'll take the Ripper and the Wexilarius helmet. Tape fungus. Yeah, you know what? I'll take that to take away some rads. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have some rads that I need to get rid of now. I think anyway. I don't know. Let's figure that out. I want to know. Yeah, no, I'm down to 0. If I was even above 0 at first. I don't care. I don't. Yes to mercy killing. I do this every playthrough. It's free XP. I don't give a fuck about XP. You see, I'm playing through Legion right now on another playthrough, right? I don't kill them because that's not what a legionary would do, right? They'd be like, you deserve this. That's what you get for being a degenerate, right? I'm not someone who like role plays hardcore or anything like that. I guess I might as well do that. Yeah, I'm not someone who role plays hardcore or anything like that. But you know, there are certain things that I do just to make the game feel a little bit more fun or feel a little bit more real, or you know, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, I still don't have that much. 357. I should also clear out the Nipton Town Hall. I'll probably do that, and then I'll stop playing. I'm not gonna leave right away. I'm gonna see if there's anything anyone said that they want me to talk about, because I'm sure there's things that people have been asking me, and I just completely and totally like miss out on it. Oh no. Oh dude, it fucking crashed. Really? That's fucking weird. All right. Well, I guess that's that. I don't know. So we'll go ahead. All right. We'll go ahead. We'll read some stuff. That's like really annoying. I think there's mods you can install, right? To make it crash less. I'm gonna have to look into that. I will have to install some mods regarding having it not crash and things like that. Anyway, so we'll go ahead. We'll pick up from there. If it didn't end up auto-saving, I'll go ahead and I'll play up until that point where I was entering in, and then, you know, we'll do that for next week. The true New Vegas experience, yes, just constantly just constant crashes and glitches and shit like that. Man, I still am a little bit wet from when I was fucking doing that shit. Anyway, the Legion is the MMA faction. I guess to a degree, yeah. Would you fight Dana White and Joe Rogan in a ring together if you were allowed to carry a 2x4? Why not? Why not? What's going on, Zulu? How you doing, man? What's going on, Smokane? Men to you. MMA isn't a martial art. MMA is any combination of martial arts. So, like, if you do Taekwondo and Shuai Jiao, which is Chinese jacket wrestling, technically you're a mixed martial artist. Technically, on a technical level. Now, does that mean you fight in cages and stuff like that? Not necessarily. And that's one of the things about like you see some people on MMA Twitter. They're like, oh well, it's not called cage fighting. It's called mixed martial arts. And it's like, yeah, sure, but if it's in a cage, you're fighting in a cage. Therefore, it is a cage fighting match. Like because again, like on a technical level, mixed martial arts is so broad of a term, right? That if you practice Aikido, which is technically a grappling art, and if you practice Wing Chun, which we all know is bullshit, right? You could consider yourself to be a mixed martial artist. That's just what it is, right? So, excuse me. When it comes down to it, there's no real like mixed martial art that I'm going to recommend for you, Shirka, if you are still living here. It just doesn't exist. What you should do though is try and do Muay Thai and catch wrestling. And if you can't do catch wrestling, right? If you can't find a catch wrestling place, jiu-jitsu is the next best thing, right? And try to make sure that you learn the things that you're going to need to learn. Okay, you need to learn to stand up, right? You need to learn to stand up from bottom. And oh man, it sucks because I forget. I forget who did it yesterday. Somebody did it yesterday. I'm pretty sure it might have been Dan Hooker, right? Dan Hooker versus the guy he fought. I forgot his name. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about, right? Dan Hooker was on bottom. Okay, he was on his back. He ended up using his feet on his opponent's hips. He pushed off, and then he ended up standing up after the guy ended up, being pushed back, right? That's what you need to learn. You're not going to learn that from a sport jiu-jitsu school or a school that teaches mainly sport jiu-jitsu. Like, if I'm just being honest with you, you're typically not going to learn it, right? I have never seen anyone that I have learned from. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen anyone that I've learned from teach standing up from bottom. It's not something that I learned from anyone specific. I had to learn how to do it on my own and from guys at like open mats and things like that, right? I had to study film and other things like that. And it's because the people that I learned from were mainly sport jiu-jitsu guys, right? And I don't hate them. I'm not like mad at them or anything like that. It's just that if you're going for self-defense, if you're not just going to try and get a medal as a white belt, right? Because that's when most people win medals is when they're white belts, right? If you're not just going to try and win a medal from like a local tournament or like an IBJJF open tournament or anything like that, if you're going to actually learn how to be able to protect yourself, these are things you're going to need to know, right? But you're not going to learn them from a sport jiu-jitsu school that's more focused on trying to get you ready for tournaments and things like that, right? If that makes sense. So yeah, just if you're going to do jiu-jitsu, which is probably what you're going to end up doing, you just got to be careful to make sure you're getting what you actually need from the environment that you're in, okay? Tim Graves talking about the Jonah Hill CGI kiss. They had a CGI kissing scene in his recent movie because the actress didn't have chemistry. Yeah, that's an interesting thought that they're gonna be able to start doing that. I mean, I don't watch movies like that. I'm not a movie guy. I don't give a shit about Hollywood. If they all disappeared, I think the world would be better off, right? These movies are trash. They're so awful nowadays, especially. Like, even the ones that don't throw a political message in your face, they're just so awful. Like Free Guy, right? Free Guy was a terrible movie. Like, and I say Free Guy even though it's a couple years old because that's one of the last times that I went to a movie theater, right? I think I might have went to one or two more times since then, but I can't even remember what I ended up seeing. But Free Guy was so bad, it was so awful that I remember it. I remember seeing it. That's how bad it was. I hated it that much, right? Just a wretched movie, terrible movie. It was just not good, right? There was no political message thrown in or anything like that. It was just a bad movie, bottom line. Shirko Lee, he's saying that he's going to give me the 10 spot to pay for the roses for Sylvia. Thank you very much, Shirka. I really appreciate that, I gaslight Scott daily. He loves it. He just doesn't want to admit it. That's Sylvia talking about me. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to glean from here. Why are there jiu-jitsu gyms but not wrestling gyms despite wrestling being a large sport in high school and college? Well, here's the thing about wrestling. Wrestling is very hard to get good at, right? In the most general sense. And it's something that people tend to start doing when they're very, very young. Like Brandon, right? Brandon Buckingham. He's been doing it since he was 8 years old. Now me, I've been doing grappling for more than a decade, right? Because I started wrestling when I was a freshman in high school. And I got into jiu-jitsu immediately after high school, right? I'm not the best grappler, I'll be honest with you. Brandon's better than me. And part of the reason he's better than me is because he's been doing it for longer than I have been doing it, right? And when he and I were sparring, right? When he and I were sparring to get ready for his fight, one of the things that would happen is we would clinch. And as soon as he would get arms around me, I would just immediately be like, oh shit. Like, it's rare that happens, that somebody puts hands on you and you're just like, ah, shit. Like, this guy is he knows what he's doing in a way that most people don't. Even me. Like, I know what I'm doing, right? I know exactly what I'm going for. But you can tell that he is more practiced than I am, right? You know, it just is what it is. The reason why I'm explaining this is because if you're getting into wrestling at age 22, 23, right? You're going to get your ass beat by somebody who's been doing it since age 8. That's just how it is. It's just how it is. You're going to be the nail to somebody who's been doing it for longer than you. Now, you can sit there and be like, well, what if there's just more people who are wrestling that are doing it? You know, that more people are wrestling and they're doing it like you are. They started at like 23, 24. You could try and say that, right? But the other issue is that wrestling is grueling. Wrestling is not the type of thing that most people think they want to do when they get out of work, right? Wrestling is one of those things that if you're doing it outside of college, it's typically because that's just what you're doing with your life. You're trying to get ready for a world championship tournament. You're trying to get ready for an Olympics, right? You're trying to get ready for the Olympics. You're doing it day in, day out, 6 to 8 hours a day, right? 5 or 6 days a week, right? That's just what you're doing. Most people don't get off work and then decide they want to do 75 sprawls as a warm-up, right? That's what we used to do. We used to, when I was in high school, we used to start the day off by running stairs. I almost said running hairs. We used to run stairs for a half hour as a warm-up. And then we would go and we would do like 25 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, between 50 and 75 sprawls, and just way more conditioning shit, right? It was just constant conditioning, right? People typically don't want to do that. Now, this is in contrast to jiu-jitsu, where, don't get me wrong, it can be pretty grueling at times, but there's a hey man, surf jiu-jitsu, bro. There's kind of a laid back, chilled vibe or demeanor to it, and you're not constantly fucking grinding. At least you're not supposed to be, right? There's a difference in culture between jiu-jitsu and wrestling that makes it hard for people who are not in high school or college to try and get into it, right? There's more to it than that. That's the main reason, but there's more to it than that. I mean, it's a young man's sport. People typically just don't want to do it after work and things like that. And, yeah, I mean, there was more. I'm sure there was more, but it was all kind of secondary ideas, right? Secondary reasons. Those are the main ones when it comes down to it, right? If I remember them later, I'll talk about it. It would be really cool to see wrestling gyms, and you do see wrestling gyms on occasion. You see gyms like there's ones around me, right? There's wrestling programs, there's wrestling clubs around me, but they cater to kids all the way up through college, right? That's basically who they cater to. There's one club near me. They have what they call old man wrestling, and it's for, people like me who couldn't hang it up. Unfortunately, I have to be somewhere when they have it, or else I'd be making my way down there to get some wrestling in, right? When it comes down to it, though, like, most people aren't just going to walk in off the street and get into wrestling. It's going to be someone like me who, if they do have an old man wrestling kind of thing around them, they're going to be like, oh man, I remember high school. That was fun. I miss wrestling. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to wrestle a little bit, right? Can you recommend a good solo heavy bag workout routine? I don't know, man. Honestly, I just hit the bag. I don't hit the bag for conditioning, right? I hit the bag after I'm already tired, right? I do conditioning and then I hit the bag, right? Whether I'm lifting, which I'm actually trying to get back into lifting soon. Whether I'm lifting, whether I've done cardio, right? Usually what I do is I'll go for a run, right? I'll go for a run, distance run. And then I'll end up going in and I'll hit the heavy bag, right? I don't have like, okay, I'm going to do 30 seconds of jab cross, right? That's not typically what I do because I'm already tired from the run. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to work my technique while I'm tired, because when you're tired is when it matters, right? My Muay Thai coach, he has a really good thing that he says. He says the fight doesn't start until you get tired, right? And it's true. And if you're sitting here, your hands are up and you're bang, 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 right? You're nice and crisp. You're nice and clean when you're not tired. When you get tired, your hands are going to drift down here and you're going to start throwing like that, you know? And you don't want that. So what you have to do is you have to get tired, and then you have to start throwing punches. You have to start training when you're tired. You don't train as though you're trying to like condition more. You just take your time. You're cool with it, right? Everything you do, you're going to be nice and relaxed, even if you're going a little bit harder, right? You're not going to do it at the expense of good technique, right? You're not going to do it in a way that you're going to potentially hurt yourself, or you're going to drill bad technique into you or anything like that. Brandon is built like a spider. It would be scary grappling with that dude. Yeah, me and him never ended up getting any rolls in. We never ended up grappling or anything like that. It would have been cool. You know, the thing is, I outweigh him a lot. I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm fat, dude. Fucking, that means I got that fat muscle, you know, and I'm gonna beat his ass, you know. That's not what I'm saying. If anything, it would probably suck because he's probably got like really good conditioning compared to me. But like, you know, it would be interesting, you know. You really can't bridge that gap, can you? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult, you know. It's kind of difficult to sell wrestling to somebody. It's a little bit easier to sell Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You know, even something like catch wrestling, where you can throw on a shirt, you know, and you know, some board shorts, a rash guard and board shorts, you know, kind of like luta livre in Brazil. You know, that's a grappling art that instead of being based on just judo, it was based on catch wrestling as well, and it kind of became its own thing. Though nowadays you kind of look at it, to my understanding, it is kind of sort of indistinguishable from jiu-jitsu in a way. Though they do have certain things that they do have certain things that they're allowed to do and things like that you don't typically see in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But you know, that's just my understanding of it. I'll go ahead. I'll give it another second or two, see if anyone ends up saying anything, and then I'll probably end up getting out of here. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. Okay. Interesting. Anyway. All right, so most people only go to the bag after they're tired. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't pay attention to other people, so I wouldn't know. Seems like nobody has much of anything to say. That's cool. First things first, I want to say thank you very much to Evan and Shirka Lee. All right, I really appreciate that you guys donated to me, for real. Like, thank you so much for that. Other than that, thank you everybody who ended up popping in. Again, I'm still trying to make sure that I end up working out the kinks and things like that. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to continue doing that. And yeah, we'll see where this ends up taking us. If you didn't like the stream,